Okay, hello everyone. Looks like you're ready to start. How's everyone? I understand this is our last event, right? Okay, very good. Make it short and sweet then. I'm curious as to you getting your feedback, what you think, and how it went for you, and what can we do to make it better. Come again. We try. Thank you. We have a lot of very talented people, and I assure you, they're very, very skilled. They're being trained to become better teachers, but they are very, very skillful in their practice. All right, anyone else? Okay. What's your impression?
Okay, I'll start.
Hmm.
People, well, I see now most the people left are regulars. They work really hard, and then because they've been coming back again and again, so they're also fasting.
Mm-hmm.
So they really want to sit and
Mm-hmm.
really are working very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think for newcomers, we can devise some programs next time to ease them in.
I thought the program is very light enough, isn't it? It's still too much for you?
I think for first timer, probably, yeah, probably, I don't know. I actually find that most people are more interested in knowing what Chan is first. Um, our approach is to have you sit first,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be a lot for people.
Makes sense. If I were, this is my first experience, I'd like to know more. Besides, there's only so much discomfort the body can take.
And also that what we do, we started with Chan, but what we do is also cultivation, which is not just Chan. There's also like mantra recitation, Buddha recitation. There's Master's Dharma talk that helps people to break out of their sufferings in a way. I don't know how to put it better. That Master has the sudden teachings, which is not exactly Chan. So I don't know how we can package them into one bigger program, which is not limited to meditation, but opens people's mind towards Buddhism and help them make their lives better.
Well, you don't have to attach it to Buddhism. Buddhism has no labels, really. For me, Buddhism doesn't need to appear to be Buddhist. It's not confined to the term Buddhist.
Right. My point is not to go towards Buddhism, but more to make their lives better. Yes.
Okay. All right. I think one of the problem is that for newcomers, it's too much, too long. Yes.
I'm very happy I learned about this meditation, and I've been taking it at my own pace. So I did 1 hour of half lotus, And ever since then, I've been doing it short, and increasing it.
Mm-hmm.
I even did it yesterday in the train whilst talking to a friend.
Good.
It was quite good. The conversation went a lot better. So I'm really happy. I think this is one of the most relevant meditations I could have ever learned.
Oh, thank you, but he's unusual. All right, very good. We should emphasize that people should go their own pace, and we should not be shy about telling them that it's going to be uncomfortable, and should try to endure as much comfort as possible and pace themselves. Okay, that's part of the thing. It's supposed to be strenuous. If you exert yourself, then you get a lot more out of it. Okay, so it's a rather specialized form of training where we have combined with you the knowledge, okay, as well as the actual practice. And that's what we stress. Knowledge you can get anywhere, anytime, okay? But there's a combination here and the guidance and the community. You have here a group of people who have the experience and who has a lot of opinions as well. So it's great to have that, you know. Okay, anything else? Yes.
You mentioned it's the cure to all affliction.
Yes.
I think it just might be.
It can be tailored to each individual. Okay, this is a fundamental skill you all have to develop. I hope you will develop. That is to be able to meditate every day because it's good for you, good for your health, good for your mind, good for your career, good for everything. We don't know how to help you experience it. This is our struggles because of the cultural differences. I came from Asia, my Asian background, American background, and I don't know enough about European cultures to really be able to formulate it in a way that's more acceptable to you. So I'm open to your suggestion on how to make it more palatable to you. But for us, the nature of Chan is that you have to exert yourself, okay? If you exert yourself, good things happen. You should not be afraid to exert yourself. And maybe for first-timers, difficult to accept that, but maybe it takes subsequent experiences, subsequent trials for them to see that, okay? Somehow we need to get the people to exert themselves, okay? Because Chan is fundamentally a practice of vigor, okay? Practice of endurance. You need to learn to endure that's what's difficult for you. If you do that, that's our Chan, okay? The lighthearted, the lightweight meditation would give you results would take a lot longer for you to see any results, okay? And it's kind of not your culture to be willing to spend the time and make the effort to come and to experience pain and discomfort. Yes?
Did you say observe yourself or
Exert.
exert? What do you mean about exert?
Here's the idea, and you need to pay attention to this. What we try to do doesn't matter what your levels are, okay? These training sessions are designed to make you exert yourself, meaning we try to get you to do a little bit more than you can do, that you are capable of tolerating. If you do that, you're pushing the envelope, wonderful things happens to you. And that's why it's something that we try to help you experience. If you are willing to push yourself, okay, and not run away, okay, you come back, push yourself a little bit more, that's all. It's not about doing 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. That's Asian. They have that culture already. For first-timers and for European cultures, I feel it's about them be willing, we need to stress it, be willing to exert themselves a little bit more, okay? Because here's what happens to your minds. When you endure the discomfort, okay, your chi kicks up. That's why when the chi kicks up, it really flows stronger throughout your body, so you have cell healing right there. That happens. No need for medication, no need for massage, no need for anything. You can do it yourself anytime. Okay? So for example, the full lotus posture, folding your legs posture is totally unnatural, but that's the genius behind it, is that you put yourself, your body, your body in a position where you constrict the blood flow to your legs and to your hips. And therefore, your body has a way of fighting for it naturally to fix itself. There's a problem. The blood is not flowing in my knees, in my hips, on my ankle. And naturally, you eventually will experience the body being able to fight for its survival. That's what you're tapping in right now, okay? That ability, natural ability to fight for survival. That's what our bodies are designed to function. It's that way, okay? And that will help you sharpen your focus, okay? And if you endure a little bit longer, okay, then your mind is naturally able to concentrate more than before. So right there, you're assuring yourself of increasing your concentration, increasing your chi flow, meaning that you heal yourself more. Illness is from the Western medicine, but Eastern medicine perspective is blockages of qis. And if you meditate and you do this artificial secret here from the Chinese, is that when you block the blood flow, it naturally pushes itself harder. So the qi is not through the knees alone, but it circulates throughout the entire body. Because if it's blocked right here in your knee, okay, it pushes harder here, and by pushing harder here, it pushes harder throughout your entire body. That's the genius about it. The Chinese culture, Asian cultures, they're accustomed to doing what they're told. So the people who come to Chan Ho in China and say, cross your legs. They say, oh yeah? Okay, they cross your legs. And they say, it hurts. They say, shut up. And they shut up, and that's it. And if you move, they will walk around with a stick and hit you. Okay? Doesn't work here. And that's a culture. And if somehow we figure out a way to help you break into that mode by not going to extreme levels, but I devised it for the Western cultures because I was taught by the Chinese. I learned from the Chinese. And you can do that, you make progress very, very fast, okay? But for Western cultures in America, I taught my students to do a little bit longer, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 2 minutes, okay? Because that's what I had to do for myself. When you have no teacher, by the way, you practice on your own, this is what you can do. You don't need us. For the fundamentals practice, you can simply time yourself and make sure you sit a little bit longer than the last time. And that's a wonderful training for your body and for your mind. You do it, you find out. That's all there is to it. Okay? So that's what we ought to try to help them. Instill that kind of mindset. Okay? And then when the next thing that we also have to offer you is answers to your questions. Okay? We are very experienced teaching, where we know about different technologies, because really, once you understand Chan, Chan is the most advanced form of meditation I know of. Okay? All the cultures, Chan, meditation is by far the best, the most powerful. Powerful, as I said, in the sense of speed of results, okay? How quickly you can produce results. Give you the example how it worked for the Chinese. The Chinese are incredible. There's in Chan culture, well, you heard of this methodology called Hua Tou, right? They sit there and ask, who am I? Or what is my original face before I was born, and so forth. There are all sorts of topics of investigation. So there are people who become enlightened. Enlightenment is something very hard to accomplish in our era. Enlightenment meaning that you have access to your Buddha's wisdom. That's what enlightenment is. Okay? Right now, when you depend on your thinking mind, like educated people are, okay? Thinking mind is a small manifestation of your Buddha mind. Let me give you the relationship. This is your thinking mind that intercepts everything. It sees, it hears, it analyzes. That's your thinking mind. Behind it, the reason it can function like that is because there's something called your Buddha mind or your true mind. This is confusion as far as we are concerned, because you're using only your limited mind, which is linear, practically. Okay? If your people are impressed by quantum computing, for example, even quantum computers are limited in terms of number of arrays they can process at a time. Your Buddha mind is unlimited. Okay? I know it's incredible to you, but this is the ultimate knowledge, if you will. Okay? Your Buddha knowledge is not something that's foreign to you. It's something you already have. In the back of your mind, there's something, in all of you, there's something called Buddha mind. Okay? What is that Buddha mind? How does it manifest? It's manifesting in you already. Your hunch, your intuition. That's your Buddha mind functioning, manifesting itself with how going through your thinking mind. See, you meet someone and say, she likes me, without thinking. And then you see your intuition, that's called female intuition or male intuition. That attraction there is a natural thing for us. We can sense the attraction, you know. And so that you think that your Buddha mind right there, or your intuition, okay, that manifests. And then your thinking mind intercepts it. It says, oh, look at the way she smiles at me. And the thinking mind then processes and
adds more descriptions to it. Whereas your Buddha mind knows without thinking. You know right away. Okay, you just know. Anyone? That's how you function. You just are not aware of it. You say, oh, I just got lucky. I just know that, I got this intuition, I got this hunch, and so forth. That process right there is inherent in you already. You can function, you can know without thinking. So Chan is a formal way to train your mind, okay? To learn to eventually use both, okay? Meaning can use your thinking mind. Why? The thinking mind, when you need to connect with people, talk to people, this is how we communicate. That's how we connect to our thinking mind, right? And also use your Buddha mind at times when you need to go beyond your thinking mind. Is that too far-fetched? That's you. And this is where the Asians, okay, are superior than Western culture in that sense. The depth is there. And it's so deep that even the Asians are abandoning it and chasing after Western styles now. Western, if you will, is flashy, it's the visuals, okay, the immersive experience. Eastern culture is the depth, if you will, okay? And the Chinese and the Koreans and the Vietnamese, also Asian now, are abandoning that, and they're chasing after the Western values, Western skills. And so they're missing out, if you will. Okay, it's funny because I'm Vietnamese, and when I read Chinese sutras that records the Buddha's wonderful wisdom, I'm the one who has explained to the Chinese what it means. They lost it, seriously. Okay, this is one of the reasons why my Chinese teacher brought Mahayana from China to the West, to the US, because the teacher have to go where the students are. The teacher needs to transfer his knowledge, his wisdom to the next generation. Therefore, the good teachers must find good students. You don't sit there and wait for the mountain to come to Muhammad. Okay? You have to go to the mountain yourself.
But then again, Westerners are going to Asia for the teachings and the depths and all that.
Right.
Many, at least.
Yeah. Now Westerners, especially the Westerners, are finding that they want more depth in their lives, because for centuries we chase after externals, and we're not any nearer to understanding happiness at all. So with our parents, okay, they are more unhappy than their parents.
They're miserable.
Yeah, that's how it is, okay? So, and that's the nature of the deterioration and decay of the world, okay? And that's what we hope to slow down that process. It's inevitable. We are in a decline phase of civilizations. We are into destructive phases, and that's nothing we can do about it. But for us, professionals, we still want to create pockets, communities, where people will be safe, where people can be at the best. And that will slow down the decays. That's all we can do. Okay, and so what you're doing is important. What you're doing is making a difference. Okay, Let me put it in this way for you. I came here Thursday, right? We arrived Thursday. Wednesday night, okay. Yeah, I came here. I came to this wonderful facility here, and where people are professionals. They live here and they practice their faith. They meditate and do their practices. And can you tell the difference of the energy level now after a few days of our practice? Feels lighter, doesn't it? Much clearer. Your head is much clearer. That's why, from my perspective, I can sense a big difference in the energy level of this building, this area, because of you. It's your work. So believe me, we see this constantly. This is why we keep on doing this, because it makes a difference for you and for your communities. Okay? And so imagine if you meditate like this every day at home, that's what you're doing to your house. You're doing to your neighborhoods. You come to work, you meditate at work, you're changing the energy, you're clearing your head, you're more productive. You're changing wherever the environment, wherever you go. You matter. So your skills are very, very beneficial to not just you, your family, but wherever you go. And it takes sacrifices. It's hard work. Okay? Listen, you want to get a degree, you need to go through education, right? Go through colleges and grad school and so forth. Okay? That's hard work. It takes years to train your mind, to train your thinking mind. Okay? It's a lot faster. This is the secret right there. If you're willing to endure this, you clear your head so much faster. So fast. So clear. Because when you're in pain like that, okay, it's very uncomfortable, but when you unbuckle, you realize your head is so much clearer than before. So I know the clearer head that you have is because you endured a lot of discomfort the past few days. That's the price, folks, for helping yourselves and others around you. That's what we're advocating. This is why, remember first day I talked to you about blessings? When you do this, you take on discomfort and suffering on your body and your mind, and that's how you generate blessings. Because when you do that, you're benefiting the area. In a small way, you're benefiting yourself. You're healthier, okay? Your stamina increases. And don't forget to walk and exercise, okay? It has to be combined with proper physical maintenance activities. We never stressed that when we first started. It's important. When you get older like me, it becomes so much more important, okay? Chan cannot replace it. That's my personal experience. You have to exercise. You have to work out. Okay, that's balance. But I'm very, very pleased that so many of you are still here. Okay? It's a lot more than when we first started. 20 years ago, I started with 5, 6 people for a Chan Chi, for a Chi like this, and then I lose them all within one day. You are crazy. Something wrong with you, clearly. So I hope you continue to do this. You come here for this short duration here to learn some small skills that I hope that you continue. I hope that we can convince you to continue to try to keep up. And the keeping up is very simple for you. Sit longer. Sit more. Okay? And every time you do that, you're doing a ton of good to your body and to your mind. Yeah, and trust me, it makes a difference. You know, how can I tell? I tell that when people come to the temples, our temples, the kids are drawn to those who have positive energy. So naturally, kids will be drawn to you. Okay, and your children will benefit from it. Your nephews and nieces will like you more because they come over. Why do they come over to you? To suck your chi. That's what they do. Okay? It's not free. For someone to like you, it's not free. Especially kids. Okay? Kids will come, oh, daddy, daddy, you dad. Okay? So that's why before you go home, meditate a little to recharge yourself. Okay? So that you can give to your children. This is a skill, it's a gift right there. You can give to them. It's priceless, trust me. Okay, yes?
I have a question. If a person is really serious about enlightenment and wants to take the steps to the last stage and
To what?
to the last stage and
To what?
Last stage.
The last stage. Okay.
and access Buddhahood. And this person wants to clear out all the empty rituals and just access enlightenment, which would be the fastest way in this life.
Chan is the fastest. Serious. We have many routes, but you should look at our teachers, like the Buddha, our original teacher, and his disciples throughout the history of Buddhism. Okay, I look at what they did. See, because I'm not a Buddhist. I only became a Buddhist at the age of 39 or something, so really late in my life, and so I had a chance to look back into history and what the Buddhists did in the past, and it turns out that the Buddha decided in his great wisdom that Chan meditation would be the primary means of transmission of knowledge and of wisdom. What it means is that our patriarchs, our teachers, are trained, are tasked with the responsibility of transmitting this knowledge, this meditation knowledge, to the future generations. Okay, so I learned from a Chinese teacher, Chan teacher, and so each generation are experts in Chan. Okay, and so that's why I realized that Chan is the most powerful form of training for you to reach enlightenment. Okay, and what's enlightenment? Enlightenment is the best you can be. Doesn't matter who you are. You're entitled to be enlightened. You have the capability to be enlightened. It's just you have to undergo the proper training, that's all. Okay, there's no, for you lay people, for now, my personal experience, lay people, many of our lay people are enlightened. Okay, many of our lay people are 4A, 4-stage arhats, and are much higher as well. So it's no discrimination for me personally, whether it's lay person or left form person. For these people, they're different because their training is more intensive than you. Okay, but for lay people, we also have trainings for you as well, and no discrimination between lay people and left form people, men or women, young or old, makes no difference at all to us, because ultimately it's blessings. Enlightenment means you have a lot of blessings.
Could you explain a little bit more about those programs for lay people that you just mentioned about? You said we have programs for lay people. Those are different because they're professionals, so you have a specific stuff for training. But you said you have.
For lay people, our objective is to help you become enlightened. Okay, we won't train you to be a teacher, because the teachers are these people. Okay, in our small world, the teachers are the ones who are sanghas or monks and nuns. And that's what the Buddha decreed. Okay, so it helps you determine very quickly you want to learn Chan meditation, the most advanced form, the most powerful form of meditation. You better find a monk or a nun. Okay, that's in Buddhism. A layperson must work under a monk or nun, or in association with a monk or nun. You never say, I am a teacher on my own. And they open their mouth and start criticizing monks and nuns. Then you know it's not a good teacher. Because the monks and nuns are the ones who transfer the knowledge to them in the first place. Okay? So that's why I preserve that tradition where I only train these left form people on how to be teachers. I don't train you to be teachers. I train you to become enlightened. And because your job is to contribute to your family and to society. Our job is to become enlightened quickly and become teachers. So it's a division of labor, if you will. Okay? As far as lay people programs are, everything we have at the temple is geared towards both. So it's about how much time you have. If you are interested in this, you should continue to meditate. That's a primary form of training, okay? And we have a lot more. We have not just meditation, but also mantras. We have Pure Land. Oh, by the way, let me give you a few minutes about Pure Land. This is very, very important. This is one of the important things that this year I begin to push harder, because after 20 years, we establish ourselves, we establish our credibility. So we really want to stress this thing is very important to us, in that the world lacks in knowledge about death and life after death and the future lives. This is what scientists will never be able to understand. This is only people with wisdom will be able to understand this, okay? I don't care how geniuses are the scientists, they will never be able to understand this because of the limitations of their intellect. Okay, so allow me to take a few minutes to remind you, okay? Part of our Chan training for you is to help you, number one, improve the quality of life right now for you. Every single minute you spend on Chan improves your quality of life. I promise you that. This is why I'm doing this. And there's a price. Make no mistakes about it. Price of suffering. You do that, you improve the quality of life. I'll stand behind you. Okay? And it's not forever. Actually, it's forever. It turns out, you start with that. You start with the discomfort. That's it's not for the faint of heart. But if you're willing to endure that, you'll find out enduring the discomfort, the suffering right now, helps you increase your pleasures in life. Because your pleasure right now is still limited. Okay? You only broaden your pleasures levels. You eat more. You listen to more music. Okay? You go travel more. But your sensors, your ability to enjoy the pleasures are still at the same level where you are. When you go to the next level, now your pleasures are increased. Okay? Okay? And keeps on increasing. So actually, it does improve your quality of life. That's the bottom line. Okay? And it doesn't stop there. You increase because I understand this is a very important part of the mission in my life. I'm committed to my Buddhists and my teachers, is that I want you to experience, okay, that you can be a better person yourself. You can improve the quality of your life through Chan training. Okay? And it's right there. You feel more peaceful. Okay? Your pleasures are more intense when you improve and improve and improve. So it does improve your quality of life. All right? Furthermore, okay, it doesn't end there, folks, at the time of death. The worldly people are so wrong, they're so short-sighted into thinking that, you consume everything until the time of death and that's it. No, at the time of death, you begin a new phase, 49 days, where you undergo a wait period before you get the next body. See, scientists don't know this. It's the Buddha's wisdom, not my wisdom. I'll only repeat to you what my teachers taught me. Okay? And so there's life after death. And you take on the next body. Okay? And that's what is called the wheel reincarnation. You change bodies, that's all you do. And you've been doing this for so long that you got used to it. You change body. You come back as a man, as a woman. You come back as an animal. You come back as a ghost. You come back as a god. That's all you do. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. This is Buddha's wisdom. You heard of people who have, I remember, it seems like in my prior life, some people have some knowledge of prior lives, okay? Or some people are naturally drawn to another person because, by the way, the reason that we're able to spend time together here because we've done this before. This is, believe me, folks, don't look down upon yourself unless you have a lot of blessings, okay? Unless you have a lot of blessings, okay? You don't have to see them. And especially in my world, I keep on coming here, okay, to teach you. We have affinities, lifetime after lifetime. In Buddhism, we think very long term. That's why I'm not interested in scamming you or getting your money, getting your adoration, because ultimately it doesn't matter after we die. Okay? But what matters is what the constructive things we do with each other. That is what stays. That's what we build upon. Trust me, folks. So that's why the consequences. When we do constructive thing, we build instead of destroy, instead of scamming people, be truthful, be helpful. We come back to each other again. Okay? And meet again and practice again. Okay? And we've been doing this for a long, long time, folks. It's not the first time. And trust me, I'll be honest with you, I'm impressed with so many of you here today. Good job. You know, the team here has been doing a good job. It's impressive. It's very hard for you to be able to practice Chan. Very, very hard. It takes a lot of blessings, an incredible amount of blessings to practice our style of Chan. Very, very difficult. It takes so many blessings. You learn from Hinayana, like boyfriend number 2 here. Okay. Okay. It's a lot easier. You don't need as many blessings. I'm not bragging, okay? I have nothing to gain, okay? After this, I be gone, okay? And it's Miguel here who have to hold the bag. Okay? It takes a tremendous amount of blessings for you to be able to practice Hinayana meditation. It takes you less blessing for you to practice Tibetan Tantra, by the way, okay? And takes you, you require fewer blessing for you to practice, let's say, yogas or Tai Chi and so forth. So there's the gradations of level requirements for you before you're able to undertake these spiritual practices. So it's not surprising to me personally that people drop out and not many people are left. And this is why there are too many of you here today. I'm really impressed, frankly. Okay? It's because, trust me, you have a lot of blessings. That's why you're still here. It's very hard. Okay?
Bring more people next year. If each one of us brings one more person that stays.
That's right. And that's what we've been doing for 9 years now.
Didn't you try to bring someone last year?
I did.
What happened?
One of them ended up not coming. Yeah, but then 2 others did come. But they didn't come this year.
Okay.
They just didn't stay overnight.
Okay.
Because I advertised it and I was telling a lot of people, come, and some did end up just passing by, experiencing a little bit.
Here's what's scaring about life that people in the world are blissfully ignorant about. Most of us will fall after we die to animal realm, become ghosts, or go to the hells. That's what Buddha said. He says, the overwhelming majority of the people on earth will fall to lower realms. Hells, ghosts, animal realms. They include your parents, your siblings, your friends, ancestors. Okay? No one tells you. You don't believe me. You don't believe me is okay. You fall to the hells. Okay? You will remember I've told you so. It's a funny thing. Buddha says, before you enter the realms, the hells, okay, at that moment there, at the point of entry, just before you enter the hells, at that moment there, all of a sudden you understand why Why are you there? Why are you about to fall into the hells? And you know what? When you're born in the human realm again, you forget all about it. You start over again, over and over again. This is why part of my mission in life is to introduce you, teach you about Pure Land. Okay, this is why we taught you to recite the Buddha's name. Okay, very popular in Asia. Pure Land is a different world, 10 billion galaxies away to the west. We are the Milky Way, okay, galaxy. 10 billions more galaxies to the west would be the Western Bliss Pure Land. I strongly urge you to try to go there at the end of this life. That's part of my jobs. Yes, I spent 20 years establishing my credibility because I don't want you, I want people to believe that I'm not here to get your money, get fame, and get profits, and get temples and disciples and so forth. None of that's important. The most important thing for me is that I spent 20 years establishing my skills as a Chan teacher. Look at the people here, okay? The people who've been practicing with me for a long time. Their levels of accomplishment, the level of wisdom, really incredible. That's based on my being truthful, my being earnest in my work, not trying to gain things for myself, okay? Hoard things for myself. And after 20 years now, we have these communities, we have you. This is why it's time for me to tell you the big picture. At the end of this life, trust me, the best thing for you to do is to go to Pure Land. If you're able to do that, that is the best thing you can do for yourself. Because at the end of this life, I'm going there, period. I'm not coming back. No matter how much I like you, forget it. You're on your own. Get this clear. That's all you got. Yes, sir.
What's there? What's in Pure Land?
Good point. Pure Land, there will be no suffering whatsoever.
Is it an exit out of this cycle?
Yes. It's a horizontal exit. This reincarnation, the way you get out is by becoming enlightened. Okay? The 4A or higher will not go fall into this anymore. Okay? But the other way is to get out horizontally. Escape to the Pure Land, where in one lifetime, someone asked earlier, one lifetime, you will become a Buddha. You live very, very long. You never suffer again, ever, when you're there.
Meaning we can skip the 4A and go straight there?
Yes, at the end of this life. Yes, ma'am. How? Okay, the two ways, self-help or others' help. Self-help meaning that you recite the Buddha's name, you enter this Buddha's recitation samadhi, okay? Then if you are able to do that once, at the end of this life, the Buddha will come and bring you back. That's self-help. So reciting Buddha's name is important, okay? And others' help is important for those who cannot get the recitation samadhi or those who don't cultivate, like your wives, your children, your grandparents, okay? Wouldn't it be nice for you to help them get out of the wheel? So it's one of the best things possible for you to achieve this lifetime. Now you have met us. It's a very important message, okay? Before, I didn't say much about this because people would say, oh, this guy is a scammer. He's trying to get our money. He's trying to make a name for himself, okay? And we establish ourselves so we don't worry about getting, because I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried that if I say prematurely without any concrete results, people would accuse me of scamming and attack my efforts to help you get to the Pure Land, and they will get in trouble because they don't get the Pure Land themselves. Remember, this is the best thing possible for you at the time of death. Okay? So, self-help, you recite the Buddha's name. So take reciting Buddha's name seriously. Yes, Amitabha, Amitofo, Amitabha Buddha, whatever you want to recite. What is it in Portuguese? Yeah, well, there you go, that too. This is very, very important, folks. This is a time for this. Excuse me, this is one of the reasons I'm here, because I'm really, right now, I'm the most credible person to talk to you about this. Why? Because we've been doing number 2. You cannot get to the Pure Land, we can help you get there. It's called Others Help.
Others help others?
Meaning that the Chan is help. You help yourself become enlightened. You help yourself improve. Okay? But at the time of death, who's going to help you? That's when we could come in and help you. Yes?
Is Pure Land physically a world like this one?
Yes.
Where people have jobs and...
No jobs. No more jobs. You know the heavens, right? Concept of heavens, you go to the heavens, no jobs up there.
Can I say? It sounds a bit like the Catholic paradise.
It's infinitely better than paradise.
I don't know.
It's infinitely. Okay. For example, Catholic concept of paradise is heavens. Okay? The heavens happen to be only 2 levels above us in a cosmos. There are heavens who are better, much better than that. Much better. Okay? What's the problem with the heavens? Unlike the Catholic teaching, the Catholic heavens and all the heavens, you have a limited lifespan. Meaning you're there because you have heavenly blessings. And the Catholics do it right. They say, you want to go to heavens, help me build a church. That helps. It truly helps. Okay? So you need heavenly blessings to get up there, but blessings eventually run out because you go up there, you use it. That's all. So heavens are designed for us to enjoy our heavenly blessings. They're not meant for you to cultivate. To cultivate is to generate blessings. Okay? So you go to Western Bliss Pure Land, the Pure Land there, you'll be so much better off in the heavens. Okay? You don't have to cross your legs, by the way. Yeah? See, that's why I had to wait for 20 years. You wouldn't believe me if I told you this 20 years ago. Sounds like a scam, right? Too good to be true. Okay? It takes blessings for you to get there. A lot of blessings. That's why it's not as easy to get there as the Chinese are taught to believe. That's why most Chinese, since right now in China, in Asia, they practice more of reciting Buddha's name than meditation. A lot more. Okay? And most of them don't make it.
Because that's the fast track.
Because they're taught the wrong way of practicing. Our American Pure Land is so much better than China, than Chinese Pure Land.
There's one American Pure Land, one for the Americans, another for the Chinese.
Well, we learn from the Chinese, and we have problems because as I started teaching Chinese Pure Land, my students, they started coming to me and say, hey, what about my parents? What about my wife? I have a chance to come here. What about my husband? I have the chance to come here, but what can I do for my husband? She said, well, if those people don't cultivate, they don't have the blessings, need to use my blessings. It's no secret, it's no magic. You want something, you have to pay for it. Someone has to pay for it. Yeah, it's a credit card company, you charge it, and you can declare bankruptcy later. But someone has to pay for it, right? You still owe them, okay? So that's why I want to stress to you. The most important knowledge I want to give you this weekend is Pure Land. Trust me. It's the best thing possible for yourself. Do we have books on Pure Land or materials on Pure Land we should share with these people? It's very important, Miguel. This is one of the most important things I try to do with my life, is bring people to the Pure Land, convince you this is the best thing possible for you. The biggest accomplishment you can do for yourself is go to the Pure Land in my books. You only have 60 years of your lives, 100 years of your life, that's it. Pure Land, you can live billions of years until you become a Buddha, period. And again, no jobs, okay? No food loaders, and fantastic food.
So, let's go.
So let's have, I would concentrate on Pure Land materials. This is very important. If you can do that, this is one of the biggest things you do for your country, for Europe. Serious. Meditation, I can entertain you for the next 50, 60 years. You can do good things for yourself. But at the end, you still have to face that big problem. Okay? What are you going to do? How do you prepare for the next life? And what about your parents right now, your grandparents? Most of them fell already. You can help them. The Chinese Pure Land, they can't. American Pure Land, we can. That's why. Okay? We improve upon the Chinese. Yeah. We stole from the Chinese. We're much better thieves than the Chinese when it comes to Mahayana. Yes?
The people that meditate have to weekend.
Yeah, they find a new body and they
Try to.
Yeah, we can get them there. Because they don't know about Pure Land. This is a problem with Chinese Pure Land. You have to decide to go to Pure Land yourself. They don't have the others' help, technology that we built up. So, for example, over the last 20 years, we help a lot of people go to the Pure Land at the time of death, or their parents, or their grandparents, and so forth.
Does it mean I can ask for your help with my mother, for instance?
You can ask for help. Because this is a problem with my students. They say, it's great, I'm here. Okay? But my wife, my father doesn't believe. Okay? I have to tell you, I close out by telling you a funny story. I used to have really one of my favorite disciples in the early days. She's like 74 back then. And she's Jewish. And she's retired, so she hang out with me. She's my sidekick. Wherever I went, she went with me. Okay, it's always two of us together. Okay, I drive, she sits right next to me. What does she do? She bitches and complains about the other drivers. and she is. I took her everywhere. and she likes meditation. And by the time, but her husband was 81 years old, and he's retired as well. And he hang around his friends. Every day he'd go to the local pub and drink with his friends every single day. Okay? And he would complain to her, he said, how come you keep on running around with that guy, that monk over there? He says, don't speak nonsense. He's about the age of our son. She told me, he was complaining to her on the phone, okay? And she trying to blurt it out, she was talking, come on, don't speak nonsense. He's about as old as our son, so what are you talking about? And so the guy is kind of resented her hanging with me, okay, instead of with him. And so by the time he died, because he was healthy until one day they discovered that he has cancer and he had 6 months to live, doctor says. So she came to me and she cried, said, what are you gonna do with my husband? I said, get him to the Pure Land. He says, how? I said, you need my help. He can't help himself. So 6 months later, he was about to die. He's on his last few days. And so I told her, my disciple, that's Roberta, I told her, go back and tell Bob that don't worry, after you die, there will be a monk will come for him and protect him and help him. Okay, this is more, you can learn more about Pure Land Dharmas that we explain more for you. And so here's a guy here is kind of antagonist, hostile towards me because I take up his wife's time more, okay, her attention and time. And after he died, I came to him and said, hey, no worries, okay? And he was, he was waiting, he said, how much longer before I go to the Pure Land? Speaking will change your attitude. And I promised her, I helped him go to the Pure Land within 8 days. Okay, so it's a lot more going, a lot more somewhere here. Oh, right here. So keep that in mind. Eventually, you want to go to the Pure Land. Okay? Thank you for your attention. Good luck.
Thank you.
So, for those who are checking out today, we need to have lunch and then we'll get the room ready for checkout. So take the bags right after lunch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Long lunch.
Long lunch.
Right. What?
Long lunch.
Up until 2:30 for the bags. Or you take it out now, whatever you prefer.
Do you want a picture with Master?
Yeah.
Yeah.